It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Bam, pow, pa, Yep, that's how action movies used to go in my day. Thankfully, we have proper sound effects and CGI and all sorts of...
You didn't get that one. It's just too young for you, man.
When you slap people like Shakespeare, it's very foppish.
We are here for action movies, and it's weird how often a ballerina or the art of ballet will be tied into some kind of assassin's journey to
Don't get
become.
confused. Remember, where did Jean-Claude Van Damme start?
Exactly.
Ballet ain't no joke.
Yeah, exactly. With karate and ballet, I can do the splits, no problem. Ballerina, it looks cool.
It's a movie, by the way. We're not just talking about ballet.
We are talking about action movies, and this obviously has the context of. But talk us through the plot line.
I don't know why they think they need to put from the world of John Wick, I think is in the actual title, in the full title. But because this movie will obviously stand on its own. Ana de Armas obviously has legs of her own mileage. Not legs. JP, get your mind out of the gutter.
She got the chops. Yeah, she's got the
actually,
action
that's
chops.
the first point. While I think she's gorgeous, like she's almost got the John Wick slick back hair. She's a killer in this. Like, who cares about how sexy you think the character is? That's stupid. Come on, 2025. Let's get around. And so Ana de Armas, who previously we saw get into action in, what was the last James Bond with Daniel Craig? And literally the last one. She's in that fight scene in Cuba. And when I was watching that, I was like, they've got their Bond right here. Like, she's really cool in action sequences. She really looks like she's got what it takes. June 6th is when we will find out for ourselves Ballerina. And the story, obviously, remember, there's that scene where John Wick goes to visit Angelica Houston and she's training the ballerinas.
Yes, this is making sense now.
So Ian McShane, who is the guy who runs the hotel with a really cool voice, it takes her under his wing and sends her off to this Angelica Houston training camp where she decides she's going to avenge her family who were killed.
That's fine.
And so you watch it in the growing process. We watched John Wick at the end of his career. We're watching the character at the start of hers. It looks like we might see some cameos from Keanu. Man, she's got a great, cool design to her. And but obviously he's not center of attention to this, and she's definitely an actor. Norman Reedus, yeah, he's cool as well. An actress who can clearly stand on her own two legs, her own fists, her own karate chops. She's got what it takes. So if you love the John Wick series, this is going to be one that's up your alley. And I think I got the director's name wrong there.
Len Wiseman.
Nah. That's my mistake. However, it's another gentleman who is actually the stuntman from John Wick is directing this.
Oh, wow.
So in much the same way as Chad Stahelski from the previous John Wick, directed, he was the stuntman for The Matrix, ended up directing Keanu Reeves.
Because it's all about the flow, the movement.
And who better to know the body of an action figure, unlike the stuntman themselves. So hopefully they can stand up to the same legacy that John Wick had. We'll find out when it comes June 6th.
Love it.
Nice, man. Well, if that doesn't hurt, then I'm sure Love might hurt, because Love hurts. Feb 7th?
And this stars a character, a human being, Ke Huy Quan, who we saw for Everything or Everywhere All at Once. Won Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars. He obviously started as Short Round for Indiana Jones.
Short Round, and of course in the Goonies as well.
What's quite cute about this is Sean Astin's in this, and he was obviously also in the Goonies. So there's a tiny, a reunion. And he's a realtor. He's just a dude who loves the suburbs and the white picket fences, the sweetest guy, as these characters always are. He's like such a sweetie.
Because he is just that.
It seems like it. There you go. There's your Goonies reunion right there.
Cool.
Chops the pillows because he gets the job. He's that kind of dude. It reminds me a bit, obviously, I remember there was that Saul, Better Call Saul was in Nobody. What's the actor's name, JP?
You know you're talking about, yes.
You know who I'm talking about. He gets a letter from an old friend, and thank goodness it's Ariana DeBose, who's a fantastic actress. We saw her for West Side Story. That's Marshawn Lynch, by the way, NFL player. That dude's got such a personality of his own. It's cool to see him in some movies. And Ke Huy Quan, and also there you saw Ariana DeBose. He's obviously got a background. People don't realize this. Second Dan in Taekwondo. He's done Taekwondo his whole life, and looks like he can easily pack a punch in action. So he goes from this everyday man who, like I said, loves the white picket fence suburbs life, and then the old life calls him back. Much like the John Wick thing, like you're never out of the loop for long. So yeah, I'm keen for this. Like I said,
giving me Jackie Chan feels.
Absolutely, and you've got, I hate to say, like, shame, Jackie Chan's maybe too old for this now. That feels preposterous to say.
But he's wrecked his body, let me tell you that. He's done the most for us.
He's put it through it for us.
Ke Huy Quan is really picking up the mantle pretty easily, and what's great about, similar to Everything Everywhere All at Once, while this is goofy and funny and it's got its action elements too, he looks like he really brings an intensity to some of the scenes that I've just seen from the trailer. Obviously, I've not seen any of these, but I definitely look forward to it by Feb 17.
And we just so
no,
happy
actually,
for
I was sorry. I was right about Len Wiseman, the previous director. This director,
This
however,
is the one.
that's the
you
link. So the
see.
director of this was a stuntman from John Wick.
There is a John Wick connection to every cool
JP
action
did not
movie.
make an error. So yeah, they're double John Wick connections.
Okay, so from one beautiful franchise to, well, the franchise when it comes to action movies.
Let's go.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning comes out the day after my birthday on May the 23rd. How
Oh,
content.
what? This was fitting stuff.
So is this The Final Reckoning?
No, because you're getting me pretty upset here,
That
bro.
poster is in black and white.
Oh, man.
What do you think happens to Ethan Hunt by the end of this? Obviously, every movie he's in, he's this character who's like, no, I can save Ryle and I can defuse the bomb and save 1 million people at the same time, and I can fight Graham.
And keep the girl. Keep the girl, yeah.
Or maybe he just at the end of it all says, you know what, I've had enough, I'm going to chill now and just relax on the island.
I would give Cyril an extra bit of tax to just make Tom Cruise stop, just for like, can we create a slush fund for this man to just stop?
I think he's just addicted to all the stunts that he gets to do.
But like I'm saying, so this character is always making the sacrifice, and I think, or making this compromise. But yeah, he might end up making the final sacrifice, the way we saw James Bond do. Remember, Daniel Craig just stands on the island and he's like,
I've blocked that out of my memory. Yeah, I try not to remember that he
pretty
died.
heartbreaking.
I can't deal with that level of loss.
And I think we probably might see similar here. You've got Tom Cruise creeping into a submarine where he hangs out with some nukes. And clearly he has to make a decision not just between saving 1 million people. It's going to be 7 billion people, it seems, from the story. There's no details we know about this.
Literally saving the world.
By the way, what you just saw there, those biplanes, which obviously are real stunts, it's making so many people angry that this movie, an action movie, has more color and juice and life and verve to it than half of the Disney movies we see come out. It's like lighting and effects people have forgotten. If you light an action sequence nicely, it's memorable, it's joyous, it's energizing, it's adrenaline pumping. Oh no, Ving Rhames, people also worried about that he might die as well. Everyone's worried about who makes the final sacrifice. It's probably going to be Tom, guys. I'm so sorry to say. But the greatest sacrifice this man has made for us. And the reason why in Dead Reckoning, the previous one, the guy's fighting AI, that was the main bad guy. Tom Cruise is like, you can still do stuff IRL. Please, guys, let's save the world from AI in real life, and you get to see more actors put their bodies on the line the way Tom Cruise
crazy
does.
stuff.
What you're watching is someone literally in a fight with CG. Tom Cruise has, in real life, been fighting the CG-ification and the AI-ification of human labor, and what an expert at what he does, and I'm sure he's going to deliver.
Well, I mean, you look behind him, the wake of cinematic just...
Broken bones.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, we've seen him jump from buildings to building, break this, tear this, break that, just keep on going.
Much respect.
Yeah, huge amounts of respect, like this little breakdown, buddy. Will Tom Cruise meet his final reckoning? Dun, dun, dun. We will find out on May the 23rd.
The day
crazy,
after your
the
birthday.
day after my birthday, man.
Day
That's crazy.
after. JP, I
I
can't
keep hoping it's my birthday.
It's going to be a good one. Of course, JP's not going anywhere. We still got some family movies to tuck into, and of course, we got some for the kids. But before we get into that, we got something for you. It's time for another dose of beautiful entertainment. Bring it on.